Hey, it's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I'm Doug, and that's Marie Osmond.
What is it? Goofball. No, you're supposed to be Donnie then.
You have your purple shirt on.
Purple shirt? What does that mean?
Well, didn't they like purple?
Who?
The Osmond. Just Donnie.
I love Donnie Osmond. If you guys are our age, who remembers Bobby Sherman? I love Bobby Sherman and Johnny Osmond when I was growing up in Teen Beat magazine. Okay.
All right. You asked for it, you got it. The hottest rock band in the world. That was from Kiss. Man, we're having all kinds of flashbacks on this video. All right, we're going to talk about it. You guys want to talk about it? We're going to talk about the White Devil milk. We're going to talk about some milk right now. Here we go. You guys might not like it, but we're just trying to help you out.
Conventional milk versus raw milk.
Store-bought milk versus teat milk.
Right.
Come on, get some.
Okay, so I want to talk first about pasteurization.
Hold on. Chris, just turn it off right now. Turn the video off right now. Catch you on the next one. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to kind of talk about a little bit about pasteurization. And that's what they do to treat your conventional or store-bought milk.
Right. They have to heat it up.
So it's high heat. So
why do they have to heat it up, Stacy?
You want to know why we heat up milk?
Well, why the government justifies heating it up.
Okay, so it all started during...
No.
No, I'm going to talk about this.
Just a real quick answer, though. Just give me a real quick. Why are they heating up milk?
Because they just want to kill all the bacteria.
They're trying to kill the stuff that they say is bad for you, and the fact is they're killing everything. All right, just go back to where you were starting.
I'll go ahead and go to that.
All right, because I just wanted to make that, it's like a connect the dots brain moment when you just think, well, why do they pasteurize anything in the first place? Well, what they're trying to do is heat it up to kill any of the bacteria that could be maybe one day cause you to be sick, and in return, obviously, they're going to kill all bacteria. That's
and
even good for you.
You need the good and the bad, just like taking an antibiotic.
Right. All right.
So when you do any type of pasteurization, it's going to kill everything.
Right.
So just like if you buy fruit juices in the store, it's basically like drinking a soda because, you know, all the nutritional value is gone because they've heated it up too.
And this is going to be a video that it's going to be a little bit, so you guys are going to have to stick with us.
But
if you
you'll
want all
learn
the
a lot
information.
if you don't know
You're going to learn a lot, but you have to stay all the way to the end.
All right, so let's talk about how pasteurization came about. Because before, people would milk their cows, they would sell their milk, they would do whatever, you know, barter their milk, and, you know, nothing was said about it. They sold it in the stores. But during the Industrial Revolution, they started, you know, having these distilleries next to the places where they had the cows.
Right.
And they found you had all this extra mash from the distilleries. Well, what are we going to do with this mash? So let's feed it to the animals.
Poor cows, they're like the dumping grounds of everything.
The cows, okay, you had unsanitary living conditions and stuff for the animals there. They weren't being treated very good. They had a bad diet. I mean, what happens if we don't eat correctly, we don't get sleep, you know, we're just sickly, we don't get the sun and all that, you're going to get sick.
And then
Same thing, these cows were being treated very bad. So then some people would be getting sick, you know, when they would get the milk because it came from these sickly cows and unsanitary conditions. So then they said, well, we're going to have to do something to this milk. So basically, we can have, you know, bad conditions for the cows, unsanitary, they're feeding them crud, and we'll just pasteurize the milk and it's okay.
And then one of the other problems, too, where people were in that environment and they weren't washing their hands, and then they were using their hands without cleansing and washing and washing off the teat, and then that would transfer the bacteria that's bad, you know, in that process into the milk, and that was another, you know, cause of the problem.
So then that started there. So
I know some stuff. I know, Doug knows stuff.
Okay, so then they started pasteurizing. So you have a few different types of pasteurization, because some people are like, well, I can't afford or I can't find to get raw milk, right?
Right.
Because
or your state outlaws it.
We're saying here, you know, the differences between the two, and of course your raw milk is going to be a much better choice if you have access to it, because it's full of its enzymes and the nutritional value, the vitamins and minerals and the healing, and it makes your body alkaline, which is good. Pasteurized milk is acidic, which is bad, and your body doesn't want to be in an acid state for a long time because it will cause cancers, diseases, sicknesses,
Bone
and
density
all that.
problems.
We'll get to that. Just be ready.
So, and the other thing, truth be told, okay? Truth be told, you really should drink goat's milk versus cow's milk. Cow's milk is made for a 800,000 pound animal, and goat's milk is made to nourish something around our own body weight. Were you going to throw that in? Because I'm smacking them down with my
No,
knowledge.
you could throw that in too. But a cow's milk, if you can't have, if you don't
It's
have
okay.
access,
All I'm
right.
saying is if you can develop the taste and have the goat's milk. A goat is a lot easier to milk, and the milk is already
It's more
biologically
equivalent
set up
to a human.
to
Yeah.
to feed us. Okay, a cow is a lot more dangerous to milk, and I'm not saying you can't do it or anything, but you hear of accidents where the cow kicks or bucks and people get hurt milking cows. A goat is a lot easier to handle. But with that all said, I diverse because we're going to talk about cow's milk. But I just wanted to put that in there for you.
No, it
because-
could be. This could be. It could be any
That's
kind
a-
of milk.
I know,
This
I'm
is
just saying.
goat's or cow's milk. Either way, you guys.
Oh,
do
for
it wrong.
pasteurized, non-pasteurized, right.
Right.
But all I'm saying is, if you really wanted to start brass taxing it, you should really be trying to focus towards the goat's milk.
Or sheep or a goat, because
Yeah.
they're more the size of a human.
I'm just saying.
Okay. So, in your types of heating, if you don't have access to get raw milk, which will be a much healthier choice
Right.
in goats or cow, then you should you look at the high pasteurization. It's gonna kill everything. And when you look at pasteurization is something that causes over time by using it, like irritable bowel disease, colitis,
And I had that bad. Do you
digestive
remember
problems.
I had
he had a lot of stuff. I
because we
cut
drank
milk
a ton
from
of
him.
milk.
That's when we first
we're
when we were
learning just
vegan.
like you guys are learning, right? So I was having tons of problems,
Allergies, big time allergies.
colitis and
Allergies.
mucus,
Yeah, bad.
and then boom, I cut the milk out, and I have not had a problem since.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, he was snotty and allergies, but if you suffer from really bad allergies and a lot, and if you just stop drinking pasteurized milk, that could be just one thing that if you want to change, it's huge. It could change a lot in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, so lots of digestive problems because of it. Now, there is another way that they heat up milk called ultra pasteurization. That sounds good, doesn't it?
No, it sounds
You
worse than
look at
pasteurized.
creams, sour creams, there's different things that you see. It'll say ultra pasteurized, ultra. It sounds like it's like Superman. You remember Ultraman?
Ultraman.
Ultraman. So, that is like one of the worst. I mean, I would run 100 miles out of the way. Don't get anything that says ultra pasteurized. That's really bad. I mean, it's super duper gets rid of it. And ultra pasteurized just is, I mean, it just kills everything. So
Yeah.
stay away from that. Bad, 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 bad. That is one of the major causes if you do a lot of lactose intolerance, is the ultra bad
Right.
pasteurized. So
So you're
our
saying that it's
lactose-
clearly marked on the package, like
Oh, it says it all the time. Oh, you could go.
they're
to
like
any
bragging
grocery
about
store.
it,
Yeah, it says ultra. It makes it sound good.
right?
So stay away from that. Lactose intolerant. See, the problem is in your small intestines, you have like these little things called
The
villi.
brushes.
And what they do is they're going to absorb all, the nutrition and the vitamins from your food so that it can go through your body and,
Right.
make you healthy and feel good. Well, what happens, this gunky milk, because when you pasteurize milk, it basically gets rid of everything. So it takes you more to digest, assimilate, and metabolize it to get through your whole body. So over time, those little villi wear out, and then they are not there to soak it in. And then people get leaky gut problems, autoimmune issues. You get sick all the time because most of your immune system is in your gut. So it just erodes it and gets rid of it all. So that's why pasteurized milk is just not good. It's not good. I tell a lot of people, they're like, I can't stop my dairy. And I say, if you can just do one thing, don't do pasteurized milk, and then do, sour cream or your cream cheese or, and cheeses are okay. If, you can find raw cheese. They sell raw cheese anywhere. You just look, you'll be surprised sometimes if you look on the labels, it'll say, raw sheep's milk or raw this milk. It'll say it on there.
Yeah.
So look around or maybe ask, but you can find raw cheese at any store, just regular grocery stores and stuff. Just kind of look around in the deli and different places.
And there's also a workaround. If you live in a state that says you cannot sell that selling and buying milk is against their law, well, then you just barter for it. We know a lot of people that live in those states, and all they do is find a dairy guy or somebody with a cow, and then they just exchange, barter. They say, well, I'll give you this, and then they get the gallon of milk every week. So
Yeah, if they don't have
there's
CSAs
workarounds.
where you
as
can
long
do
as
that.
as long as you're not exchanging cash, there's your loophole.
Or find a farmer in your area and do the best you can if
Or
you
get a
can
goat.
get it. Or get a goat. Yeah. The other thing, and then let me tell you about the third one. So we talked about high pasteurization, and then you also have
Ultra.
your ultra, which is not good. The high one's not good either, but if you have to do milk, and some people are like, I can't get rid of my milk. You can get now, and it's more accessible now as people are getting a little bit more health conscious, which is low VAT or low heat pasteurized. And that way it doesn't go as high and it doesn't kill as many of the vitamins and minerals.
Now, is that clearly marked on there too?
Yes, and
You-
it'll
is
cost
it a
a little bit
premium?
more.
Isn't that
It'll
something?
cost a little bit more.
Costs more to use less pasteurized.
Well, they're still going to have to do things, and a lot of times you'll see it. The other thing I didn't talk about was homogenizing or homogenization,
Yeah,
and that's basically when you break down the fat
right.
into it. That's why when you buy milk at the store, you don't have the fat at the top because they break it all down, and that is what
You
we
want,
need is the
right.
fat. We want the fat. So a lot of the milks now that are low fat or low heated pasteurized will say non-homogenized, and so you'll see them with the cream at the top. So if you can find that at the store, I would highly recommend that would be the one that you get, because that is definitely your best choice if you're going to have to do milk. Now, let's talk about this low fat thing. Everyone is into low fat milk, low fat or no fat yogurt and cheeses and cream cheeses and all that, because that's the way it is. Because
Embrace the fat.
yeah, this all started back actually, before World War II. Everyone was getting their milk. Everyone was drinking the whole. If you said something about skim milk to those people, they would have thought you're crazy, because they gave that skim milk to. They used it as just junk. They give it to the cows and the
Pigs.
chickens and the pigs and the cats and the dogs, and they would just use it. I mean, it was just junk. Skim milk was nothing. The cream was the, as they say, the cream of the crop.
Cream of the
It
crop.
was where it needed to be. And we've kind of been over time, and it's all, the bottom line is all about money. So during World War II, they were trying to support, the government was trying to support all the allies, and so they would take powdered milk, which was kind of made from skim milk. They would go ahead and millions of dollars, these milk companies were getting to
Powder it up.
serve these allies, So they had these great contracts to give the powdered milk for
Follow
skim
the
milk.
money.
So, the war's over. What are these guys going to do now?
Got to sell it to the public.
Right, so big marketing campaign for that. Because before, no one was doing, skim
Raw
milk,
milk.
1% milk,
Yeah.
2% milk, and all that.
Powdered milk.
So then all that kind of started coming about because, way back when, if you're older and it was harder for you to digest over time, you're an older person, so doctors might say, to stop drinking milk because it was hard to digest. Well, just because, of you being older and it was harder. Well, over time, they're like, well, shoot, let's just start marketing this to everyone.
Yeah.
So skim milk, 1%, 2%, and then in the 60s and the 70s, big time, low fat, no fat. I mean, ads. I mean,
Red lid.
most
blue
of you
lid.
guys now, right, most of you guys now, it's like you look at it, you have to buy the non-fat
Yeah.
or the no fat. Well, they put other things in the non-fat things to make it taste good because the fat is what fills you up and all that. And over time, people are like, there is no conclusive evidence to show that eating a non-fat, like dairy or diet, is healthy for you. There's tons of research on that. The full fat is going to fill you up. It's going to satisfy you. There's lots of studies that show that, eating a non-fat diet, contributes to a lot of these things like cancer, obesity, diabetes, and all these things. Do your research on it. I mean, I'm just kind of telling you I'm the messenger, but just do your research and read on this, because we've been lied to all this time, you know, over the years through marketing and media and politics and all that. You know, what we have, you know, that comes straight from the cow or the sheep or the goat, you know, in its purest form is good for us. Not when man takes it and heats it up and does crazy things to it, you know, and to sell it and do this and do that. You know, there's ways to get around it, you know, just to educate yourself and know when you go to the store how to buy it. I mean, there's even people, let's say if you're away, you can't find it. I mean, even ordering things online through UPS or, you know, or Federal Express, they can ship milk, you know, if you want to do something like that. I know some people even do freeze their milk. So try to educate yourself on a lot of this stuff. So if you are getting non-fat or low-fat dairy, definitely you need to get that fat again. Very important, because it will fill you up and make you feel full. You know, go ahead and do that. So, what do you think?
I think it's great. Keep going.
Keep going?
You said it's going to be like 20 minutes. I mean, I want them to get their full $3 worth.
Well, do you have any questions?
No.
I'm
just listening to you go, and then I'll interject.
Sidetrack.
But then, you know, if I interject, people get mad because I'm interjecting.
Well, you can interject.
But I like to interject my questions because I like to try to stump on you. But man, you know, people should know, you know.
Okay, this is what I want to talk about.
Come on.
All right, so look at this. Still, if you're not convinced to switch your pasteurized milk, you know, for something else. When you have raw milk, it's very alkaline.
Right.
It's very nutritious. It's very healing for the body. It's just wonderful
Right.
with the enzymes and just, it's just wonderful for you.
Right.
So
The
raw
way
milk,
the Father intended, right?
right. Raw milk is very alkaline,
Right.
wonderful,
Right.
healing. You look at pasteurized milk. It's very acid.
Acidic.
Yes, it puts your body in a state of acidosis.
Ooh.
Acidosis is not a good word.
It doesn't
it's a
sound
bad
like it.
word. Acidosis is a bad word.
Man,
So-
shut your mouth.
Yeah, acidosis is not good. And what acidosis does, and I was saying earlier, it causes sickness and disease. And
Right, but that's what
severe
they
health
like,
problems.
because then Pharmacia steps in and says, you need the magic pill. You're going to have to take this the rest of your life. Don't worry about the milk, just take the pill.
So you're going to be suffering from acid reflux. You know, you're going to have all these other
Colitis,
health
mucus,
mucus
allergies,
problems. How many people have allergies and
bone
asthma?
density problems.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
But, oh,
That's what I wanted to talk
come
about.
on, Doug's reminding her.
Okay, so
Acidic.
everyone says, you know, drink milk for your bones.
Bones,
do this,
thick
do
bones.
this. Right.
Did you tell them about the calcium? You get more calcium from your
Absorption.
vegetables
Leafy greens.
and
Yeah.
leafy greens than you do milk anyways.
Yeah, get like 50% calcium absorption
Oh!
from like your kales and your greens like that over like any type of dairy. So leafy greens are where it's at. Totally.
It looks like
Cooked greens.
it looks like we have a split screen because we have this line from the door going down, and then these windows have the shade down, but you're like in front of the door kind of, so your side's all lit up and my side's kind of dark.
That's because I'm the angel.
We're in two different locations.
Yeah, we've been teleported.
All right, come on. Bone density,
Okay,
acidic, alkaline.
so there's lots and lots of studies out there. By drinking pasteurized milk does not increase your bone density.
No.
It's going to make
And
it
it does the
worse
opposite.
because what happens is when you drink a lot of milk over time, your body wants to become alkaline. Well, what did I tell you before? Pasteurized milk is acidic. So your body wants to be in that homeostasis. So it's going to do whatever it can to get itself back to an alkaline level. So where is it going to get alkalinity from? It's going to be sucking the alkalinity from your bones.
Right.
So when you keep drinking this milk over and over and over again, it's going to keep pulling and pulling, you know, it from your bones. So what's going to happen to your bones? You're going to have those brittle bones, or you break your bone density. You shrink big time. Even it's weird for me now. A lot of the times, you know, a lot of my friends that are my age, I look at them and they're shrinking so much more than I am.
No
Because
comment.
and they drink pasteurized milk. So what? What'd you say?
I said no comment.
No comment. But yeah, because it's weird when you get older how people do shrink a little bit. But they
Because
could
your
be
spine's
drinking a lot,
compacting
right?
for 80 years of walking around.
But that's going to happen over time a little bit.
I know.
But your diet is
It's
huge. I'm just telling you.
We're telling you guys. Dang
Stop
it. Where's the
pasteurized milk.
shofar? I
Yeah.
need to sound the shofar.
Yeah. Stop drinking pasteurized milk because it's sucking the life out of your bones and making
The
you
life out of you, period.
Especially you women.
Right.
Women, big time, especially when you get postmenopausal.
Man, if you guys got questions, just leave them down below. We really do our best to answer all the questions. If you post a question and you don't feel like we've gotten back to you or something, we might have missed it. I mean, we're getting, the channel's growing, the views are growing, people are asking more and more questions. I might get lost in your question somewhere. If I sometimes I'll see a question and I want to answer it, and then 50 more emails will come in saying we got comments on our other videos and stuff, so I could possibly lose your comment. We do try to answer them all, so if you make a comment or you have a question that you feel needs some extra attention, then just use the email and write it in the subject line, and then that way it stands out a little bit more, because we answer a lot of questions, okay guys? I mean, a lot of channels just throw information up and they don't interact in the comment section, or they don't get back to people. We answer questions. We want you guys to learn. We hope you appreciate it. It is a lot of work. Whatever. This is work. I mean, us posting these videos and giving you this knowledge and then answering your questions, it's a job, okay? I mean, plain and simple, okay? I spend a lot of time doing this every day now, okay? But I don't mind doing it if you guys are going to take the information and it's going to change your life. That's what we're all about. We want to help you change your life to break out of the mold, okay? Wasn't that good? She needs a tissue. Was that teary? All right, because we're trying hard for you guys, okay? That's why we're here, all right? That was the whole purpose of starting our channel.
And you know what? If you guys just can educate, just keep educating yourself about all these lies about our food and where it comes from, and just keep learning about nutrition, because I always say, the body can heal itself just through, nutrition and diet and
right, a little exercise. I mean, the
movement.
body wants to heal itself. Every year, you go through a healing cycle all the time. So, we're bringing you this information. If you got questions, ask them. You heard the drill. Send us an email. Don't forget, we're naming the duck. Okay, the duck's right up here is the questionnaire. I'm going to do this like for 2 videos or something to make sure everybody gets a chance to name the duck for watching the videos. So keep answering this survey. We got the solar oven giveaway coming up on the 20th. We're putting in solar clips. I mean, we use the thing like crazy every day. I think I'm going to do also a video on the solar oven, the All-American solar oven versus another popular brand, the Solvera or something like that. And I'm going to show you the differences and why, I would even pick the All-American Sun Oven over the other one, okay? So we got all this stuff coming up. We hope you guys are appreciating the videos. Anything else? I mean, you don't want to keep going on milk?
No, we're good right now. Just, if you don't believe me, do your research on it, but...
Don't believe us.
Yeah.
Go look it up, okay? That's a fact. All right, we love that stuff.
That's it.
That's it. So this is Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I'm Doug.
I'm Stacy.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
See ya. This is called Queen Anne's Lace. It is